Hi everyone, welcome along to today's video. Now I've been asked by plenty of you, what is the chances of going off grid altogether, losing the electric, gas and water bill? Is there really an answer to it to get rid of them so they don't make any more money out of us and fleece us? Well yeah, you could have absolutely nothing, but life would be very miserable, wouldn't it? Now I've got a couple of friends of mine that live way up on the moors, way up in Oakhampton there, and they've been off grid for years, always have been, because the house is so remote. They've got no electric, no gas and no water. So you say, I think the most difficult thing would be water, wouldn't it really, collecting water and filtrating it. Now I know a lot of people have wells dug in the garden and are using wells for water. Lots of houses up on the moor I know use wells and a pump and a filter system to pump water in. Now the friends I've got up there, in actual fact, because they're on a slope, they allow the water to come down and collect into dug pits that they have, and they collect the water in there, and then it goes into their house and is filtered, cleaned and fed in a normal way up to a roof tank, etc. And that kind of leaves that normal then for them, but if you live in a dry area, of course it could all be remarkably different. You may have to depend on a well, which could cost a lot of money to have done. So that's one thing, that's the most important one, water, isn't it? Then you move to the other one, electricity. How are you going to get on? Well, obviously nowadays there's solar, and you can get these battery packs with the solar on. It's all great in the summertime and not even too bad when there's not that much sunshine, but in the winter time, when you really need it and the days are short, that's when the problems begin, because you probably won't generate enough for your batteries to give you the power you want, especially evenings if you wanted to watch TV or something. My friends even up on the moor find that suddenly there's a click and a thump and the electric's gone off around about 10 o'clock in the evening because the solar panels are run out. Now the way around that is they've got a small generator in the garage, so that means something else you've got to buy, and that also means you've got to have petrol in it to run it, so it goes out and kick starts that, and that puts the power back on. So you're still using energy, but it's not at least supplied by the utility companies who are fleecing us good and proper. So if that's your cup of tea, there's another way around it. I'm sure you've got plenty of other answers for me. Okay, the third thing is gas, obviously, and in a sense, if you don't need gas, if you've got something like a solid fuel burner, log burner like I've got, like lots of houses have got, but you can only have those if you live in a smokeless zone, so that kind of knocks that off really, which means you've only got electric type heating, which again a solar would do, but actually they use a lot of power, and the solar in winter would never keep up with the demands. And talking about electric again, going back to that, what about the hot water? Well, again, you can get now a 1 kilowatt immersion heater, which is quite low. It takes a little bit longer for the water to heat up, but it doesn't demand so much from your batteries, so it is possible to get your hot water that way. And also, going back to the solid fuel boilers, the bigger ones will actually heat the water as well, and even more if they're bigger, again they can actually do a couple of central heating radiators as well. But bear in mind, the bigger the boiler, the more wood you're going to burn, the more wood you need, so you're still buying fuel and still paying out, and you've got to add together the cost of all this kind of installation of stuff. Is it worth it just to say, I don't want to depend on the utility companies anymore? Well, that's your decision. Now I'm sure you've got plenty of other ways out there that you're going to tell me you know of that could help with the bills. I know you've got these ground source heat pumps and all this kind of thing, but let me know your ideas on the whole thing. I say I can only go by my friends that live up on the moor and the way they're getting round being off grid. And off grid is like saying one up to the energy companies, at least they get no more from you, do they? You're not ripped off anymore, but the outlay at the beginning is going to be fairly kind of horrendous. I mean, it'd be good if you were doing a new build and you could incorporate all these things, I think it would probably work fine. But anyway, let me know your comments on it, put them in the box below. That's it from me. See you next time. Derek from 33. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.